Guys, I'm in Toowoomba, Australia. And I know some of you guys who watch this channel like railroads and railroad stations, so I'm gonna give you a little tour of the Toowoomba train station after this car passes right now. Let's do it. So I'll give you a little background. I headed to Toowoomba from Brisbane. It's about a 2-hour ride dead west. So to get here, you have to leave Brisbane and leave the coast, and it takes you into this area called the Darling Downs area, and it's the gateway essentially to the open lands in the outback of Australia. It's one of the last, if not the last, major big country towns before you begin to essentially hit no man's land, the desert lands of Australia, where the towns become more and more sparse, less and less inhabited, fewer businesses, fewer homes, fewer people, and greater distances between one town and the next. This train takes you out to Charleville, which is a full-blown outback town. And you can see this train station has some history just from the architecture. You just get that feel. This is a bit of a step back in time, given the coloring and the roof line here. And even this, things like, where it says stairs, just that lettering gives it a distinctive feel. I don't think many trains come through here. Maybe once, twice a day. And the rails themselves look small. I'm not sure if that's a full-size rail or not. Looks skinnier. A different gauge, I guess. I don't know the terms. I don't know the train terms, but hopefully this gives you guys a sense, a feel of what a train station in a small town in Australia looks like. The difference here between Brisbane and here, aside from just it being much smaller, is the people. In Brisbane, there's, you know, all sorts of commercial stuff and pop culture stuff. There's tons of coffee shops and people just hanging out, wearing the latest fashion trends. You see girls with big injected lips and fake boobs, all these attention-getting things. Here, it's much more toned down. You just get kind of regular people doing their thing, which I love to see, you know, real Australia, essentially. And just funny things. I mean, I went to get a coffee this morning, and some dude is power washing the street, and he's barefoot, whereas his colleague was wearing boots. So if you're in Brisbane, you probably wouldn't see that. But here, things are a bit looser, a bit more real. As I'm walking here, I'm going to take you guys around and just show you the other side of this train station. I should mention that the feel here it's like the US, but not. I mean, it's like kind of like a desert town in the US, but it's Australian. You get the people with the Australian accents, obviously, but it's more reserved. I think in general, Australian people are just more reserved. There's more restraint. Which, if you're an American, it's a bit confusing because Americans are a bit more expressive. Whereas here, it's more kind of that English reserved. So here's the front. And that's kind of it, guys.